Hey friends, Cassie Kitzmiller here. Welcome to the Christian Women Business Builders podcast and YouTube channel if you are catching us over on YouTube. So I want to preface this episode today by saying I have probably made every mistake that we're going to cover today. So today's topic is one that came to us by one of our community members. If you are not a part of the free Christian Women Business Builders Facebook group, go over there and check it out. You can do a search on Facebook. And we also have a free community off of Facebook that I will be putting the link in the show notes. You'll be able to go in there and grab some free resources, join with fellow believers in business. We do networking calls, all kinds of fun stuff in there. So be sure you check it out. But this question, I have been asking about what are some topics you'd like to hear about on the podcast? What are some questions you have? And one of the ladies said, what are the things that, how do we get everything started when we start our business? What are the things that we really need to have in place when we get started? And I thought that was such an incredible question because so many times we are very guilty of spending a lot of energy, a lot of money, a lot of resources, and just a lot of waste, let's be honest, when we start any activity. So I've thought back about times in my life where I've been guilty of this. Number one is when I had my first son. I remember I've not been a person like I was not raised around a lot of kids. Wasn't somebody that was raised around babies. So we walked into Baby Depot was still a thing then. It was connected to Toys R Us or Babies R Us, I think. And I walked in and I was so overwhelmed. I was absolutely blown away by the amount of stuff that I felt like I needed to have a baby. So we registered and we got all of these incredible gifts. And we probably used like 30%. Now, I don't want to exaggerate there, but there were so many things that maybe we used once or twice, or it looked cute, but we didn't really utilize it. And then there were those few core things that I was like, oh man, why didn't anybody tell me that we just needed to buy these? We just needed these things, right? We just needed diapers. We just needed this one particular type of baby lotion. We just needed this one pacifier, not 100. So think about this as your list from somebody who's been there, somebody who has started multiple businesses, online, offline, everywhere in between, on the things that you really need when you start your business. Now, I know everybody's different. I know every business is different. But if you are, this will be kind of specifically related to online business. So if you have a brick and mortar, there would be a separate list. But this would be, even if you have a brick and mortar and you're going online, this would be your list for online business essentials that you don't need when you start your business. So we'll talk about a few of the things that you do, but we're focusing on the things you don't. So this would be like you don't need the ridiculous number of baby toys that they tell you need. Babies don't play with toys. They're babies. Like maybe when they're like, toddlers, but babies don't need a lot of toys. So let's get to our list here and see if we can help you save a little money and save a whole lot of time. All right, so checklist of things that you do not need when you start your business. Number one, you do not need a fancy logo. Now, a fancy logo is fun. I get it. It makes you feel official. It makes you feel like I am, making a statement in the world. But here's the thing. A logo is all about you. It's all about how do I look to the world. It's all about how does my business, appear. At the beginning, especially, you really are trying to get in the head of your clients and say, what does my business, what do you need from my business? What is it that you're looking for? So until you've served at least 5 to 10 clients, don't go pay a whole lot of money, a whole lot of time, and go down the rabbit hole of designing your logo. You will get stuck, you will get stalled, and you'll walk out at the end of the day with a pretty logo, but no clients. Here's what I would do instead. I would go on Canva, I would do a free account, I would make it pretty, or go on Fiverr, which is a really incredible website, get a super inexpensive one done for like $20, $25 and move forward with that logo. If you will spend more time getting in conversations with people about what they want for your business or what they would like to see or how you could help them, and less time spending attention and money on your logo, you'll have clients and then you can go pay for a really nice logo when you know what you want later. So number one is don't go spend a lot of time and money on expensive logo. Number two is kind of like it, but again, it's like another level of it. A full built out brand package. Again, there are so many business owners who get stuck here, especially early on in their businesses. Excuse me, I've been out gardening and painting and doing all the fun things today. Y'all are getting like a homesteader cast here today. So when you're getting started, is it a good idea to have an idea of what you want your business to look and feel like? Of course. Do you need to go and get really, really detailed on what exact hex codes and colors and brand shoots and all those things that you need in order to be official? No. You at this point in your business, again, until you are getting to at least consistent $500,000 months, your brand is brand new. You're still getting like used to what is my brand? Am I high end? Am I low end? Am I in the middle? Do my clients resonate with more of this kind of offer or this offer? What is it that I offer? Like, do they like particularly like this or do they like this? What age group am I serving? What demographic? Am I serving more people who are really minimalist or are they moms with kids? Or there are so many unknowns that to pick a brand and to try to cater to that brand at the very beginning, again, it's just often a huge waste of time and resources. Now, are there times that you probably need a strong brand? If you're coming off with a product, spend a little bit of time on branding, but even then it's going to change. So even if you're doing a product-based business, I still wouldn't spend a huge amount of time on the brand. If you're a brick and mortar, your brand is going to be more important because it's how you're seen to the world, but you still don't need to spend a whole lot of time and money on it. Start with where you are. You can always adapt it later. So that's another huge one that I see so many business owners get stuck in. All right, number three, this is a biggie, a website. But Cassie, how will I ever sign clients without a website? Okay, I signed my first at least 10 clients with zero website. It was just a conversation. Now, eventually, I started a Facebook page where I didn't have offers, I didn't have anything on there, but I did allow people to put testimonials on there. And I shared some information on there. I did not get a website until I had already worked with, like I said, at least 10 clients. And to be honest, I don't know if I've ever signed a client because of my website. I am just not somebody who points people to my website to go buy. Now, I know that a website is a valid tool to have in your business arsenal at a particular time. So, when you get to a point where you're really clear on who you're talking to, what it is you offer, the journey you want your clients to go on, what resources you have to give them, a website's a good idea. But again, you can get a beautiful website. There are so many resources out there. We've got them inside our community and our programs that can get you a website started for very little that looks professional, does what it needs to do. A lot of times, all you need is a landing page provider. Like you just need somewhere to send people to sign up for things, and you can get that with your email service. So, a fancy web page is not something I would recommend. Again, I've made all these mistakes. I spend a lot of time messing around with the logo in a business that I don't even run anymore. I spent way too much on my first website. It's beautiful, but again, I don't know if I've ever signed a client off that website. Um, the branding, I love Pinterest, so I went on the whole branding like rabbit hole where I just spent so much time trying to figure out the perfect brand colors. Focus on the people, focus on relationships, focus on serving, and your business is going to grow faster. All right, what's the next thing? This one is going to be one that a lot of you all are like, oh, I don't know about that. Professional copywriting. Ooh. So there's a caveat on this one. I don't recommend hiring a professional copywriter to come in and write your copy for you until, again, you are at a point where you've sold your offer enough times to really be able to talk about it comfortably. So many times people want a copywriter to come in and tell them what they're doing instead of tell about what it is they already do. I do recommend having a professional who is gifted at copy review what you have. So that's different than hiring a copywriter to come in and write for you. So hiring a copywriter looks like coming in and oftentimes they will interview you, they'll get information from you. Sometimes you'll write it out, sometimes you'll talk it out, and they come back and write copy for you. It's a great service. I have, again, done it and paid for it before. But until you're really confident in what you do and how you help people and who you help and what you do, they can't write it for you. So get clear, spend more time writing it yourself and have somebody review it and tweak it for you. That's where you're really going to start to get your message refined. You're going to start speaking to your people. You're going to force yourself to get clear on what you do because you are the one that is writing it out. So I do highly recommend getting it looked over so it's grammatically correct. They can make it sound a little bit more marketing. They can make it sound a little bit more, conversational, but don't just hire somebody out to solve your copy problems for you. I promise you at the beginning, it is going to be, again, you just have to go back and change it because your offers are going to change, how you talk is going to change, all that's going to change. All right. The next one, expensive professional photography. I have had brand shoots a couple of times in my business. I thoroughly enjoy them. I think they're a lot of fun because I love to kind of have new images to put with my offers. But I do not think that you need to go out and spend a whole lot of money. Have somebody who is gifted in photography that you know or a local photographer. Tell them what you're looking for. There's incredible checklists of things to kind of be like looking for brand photography, like this style of shots and things. Get it done for a couple $100s, trade out services, do it for somebody's portfolio, exchange it out and start with a couple of good shots. If that comes to worse, use your phone, get your hubby, get a friend, get your mom out there, take some pictures of you in different poses. There's incredible apps now where you can edit them and there's, filters. You don't need to have expensive brand photography until you are really at a point you have consistent income coming in. You want to look the part, but you also don't want to go and spend money where you don't need it yet. So, brand photography is a lot of fun. I recommend it, but don't go wild and crazy and spend a ton. All right, we're getting to the end here. Last two. The next one is one that makes me laugh because I don't even know if you think about it anymore, but I have people ask me all the time. Business cards. I've made this mistake as well. I went and ordered, I think it was 2,000 because they were doing a special, right? Lovely, shiny paper, beautiful business cards. And I probably handed out less than 50. And that was 5 years ago. Now, if I went to a lot of in-person networking events, I'm sure I would hand out more. But here's the thing, I've already updated my services. I've already updated my titles. I'm more clear now on what I do, and my language reflects that. And my business card feels outdated, even though it's beautiful. If you want to get a few, get 50 at a time, spend a little bit more to get a fewer number, hand them out, move them up, and the next time you order, you'll be ready to update and refresh. A lot of times you'll find that you're better off having like the little hex code that they can scan and go to your site, or having just something where you can tell them a really easy website that they can go check out. I know you're like, Cassie, you said not a website. Send them to your Facebook page, wherever. Send them somewhere where they can go and interact. And have a business card or two, but don't buy 2,000. Stick with a few numbers or a few so that you have some, and then send them your digital uh, platform. All right. The last one. This one is going to be kind of funny because I am a business coach and I have an incredible coaching program. But the last one is high-end, high-ticket business coaching or programs. Now, Cassie, why would you tell us not to invest in that if you have a coaching program? Here's the thing. There are coaching programs and coaching services that meet you for the stage you're in. If you're not already making consistent 4 figures a month, do not go spend 5 figures on coaching. Ooh, I've been there. I've done it. It's foolishness. To me, that is I'm going to say it. I think it's unethical. I believe it is unethical to be charging people who are not making consistent 4 figures in their business yet 5 figure packages for coaching. It's selling you that hope where if you invest higher, you're going to show up higher. And for a few people, that may be true. But for the majority of people, what you need to get to consistent 4 figure months in your business is a program that meets you where you are, stretches you a little bit, but doesn't make you step into a realm that isn't even feasible yet. If you're not getting to consistent 4 figures in your business, you're not making $1,000 consistently in your business yet, you have no business buying a high-end coaching program at $10,000. It may take you an entire year of coaching to pay that off. And are you even at a point where you're ready to do that kind of work yet? I've been there. I've spent the money thinking that, oh, well, they must know something I don't. If they're charging that, they should be able to help me get there, right? Whereas really where I've seen the most incredible growth in my own journey, in my own maturity, in my own faith walk, and just confidence is investing for where I am at that time. So, for example, I was looking for a kind of kingdom wealth, focus. I was like, Lord, I want to renew my mind to what you say about money, not what the world says. And I found a program that was for where I was in my journey, and it was a stretch, but it was affordable for where I was. And that made me feel so motivated to show up and take action. And it didn't paralyze me. It didn't put me in debt. It didn't make me feel burdened. Now, I've done the opposite in business coaching. I have felt like if I will invest higher in business, then I'll get there faster. And it actually created the exact opposite effect because when I showed up at that level, that high intensity level, I put pressure on myself that now I have to be making this much to pay off this program. And it really created this cycle of like paralyzing worry and like pressure that didn't need to be there. And I don't want that from you. I don't want that for you. So we've created a program that is a coaching program. You get weekly coaching calls. You have everything you need to that growth roadmap to go from zero to consistent 4-figure months with the Lord at the lead. We're offering our mentorship program for the first time with it. So you actually get our mastermind mentorship program, co-labor with the Lord, doing business with the Lord. And you get our private community of resources and content. And again, the coaching calls, all of that, like our trifecta. We are offering all of that for a very, very fair investment point right now. I'm not going to say the price here because it'll change. We have different cohorts that go through it, and the different cohorts are at different price points depending on when you get in. So it's always better to get in now rather than waiting because we do have to increase the price as we increase the value. But our goal is to make it affordable and sustainable and stretch you. We want to stretch you to where you're going to show up and you're going to invest and you're going to take action. But we don't want it to be crippling. We don't want it to feel heavy. We don't want to put you in a position where you're not going to be able to pay that off realistically. So, our goal is to get you to consistent 4-figure months with the Lord at the lead. We've created that trifecta program to get you there. You can find out more about it and get your free growth roadmap by clicking the link below. It'll be in the comments. You can go get your free roadmap that's going to walk you through the 8 steps from zero to consistent 4-figure months and ready to step into 5. And you will also get access to our free community off of Facebook where we do networking calls and there's all kinds of there's boot camps in there, all kinds of free resources for you. So get into the community, grab your roadmap, check out our trifecta program. Right now, we're calling it our biblical business trifecta because you're getting the coaching, you're getting the mastermind, and you're getting the community all in one. It is a really incredible resource, and it's what I wish I had when I started my business over 5 years ago. When I came online, I spent, y'all, I don't even want to tell you how much money and time I have spent trying to solve my problems by just spending more money. I think, well, if I'll buy that, then I'll figure it, then they have the answers. Whereas really the answers were in me all along. And I just needed the Lord to provide people to lead me to his way. That's what this is. We're not giving you the answers. We are providing that path to seek the Lord for the answers for your business. And that's where we grow. That's where we become people who are able to grow and build businesses that are sustainable, that are life-giving, that are just grace-filled. So go check it out, grab your growth roadmap, and I cannot wait to see you on a future episode. Bye.